Hello there.
Howdy.
How you doing?
I miss Wendy. Give Wendy her show back. 2023.
That was so good. Like, I never got sick of her and hearing that voice and those hand gestures.
I miss her. Just want her back in my life.
I just want to spend an afternoon watching daytime TV with Wendy.
Yeah, seriously though, give her her show back. We need her back on air immediately.
Why is she off? No one watched?
No, that's not it at all. It's like she kind of got booted. It's kind of controversial because she's been, I guess, having health issues, and then she kind of just got squeezed out of her own show.
How?
I don't know. Like the brand just took the channel just took over and was like, all right, Wendy's ending, like due to her medical issues. I think she might be under a conservatorship too. It's kind of shady.
Oh, I think I did hear that. That's sketchy.
It's very sketchy. Anyway, miss you, Wendy.
Miss ya.
So what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Well, this week is feeling long for me. I've been tired. Yeah, I went to a fun bachelorette in the Berkshires. We whooped it up for Dorinda. Just pretended we were in Bluestone Manor. So that was fun, but I since then just like haven't caught up on the sleep I needed and have been zombieing it through work. So
Take a friggin' nap.
I know, I need a nap. I'm bad at napping. I just can never do it.
I can't nap anymore either. Like I used to be able to, and now I'm just like not programmed to fall asleep in the middle of the day.
I have trouble falling asleep in general, so nap is just not a thing.
Relax.
I know. Well, luckily, I'm now with you doing our new hobby of pottery. That is quite relaxing.
Yep. Got to keep your mind focused on that clay. Can't have any other thoughts in there.
It's just me and the clay, and that's what I'm thinking about, and shaping it into a weird little flowery blob. That's what I did on Tuesday. So
I mean, yeah, it's only the first class, you know,
But
trying it out.
yeah, we enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, of course. I had a great time.
What else have you been up to?
Well, last weekend I did go snowboarding for the first time this season. So that was fun. Because usually I feel like I never get up there in January. So I was proud of myself for actually
that's early.
doing it for once. And we tried out this new crazy 8-person chairlift they created that is heated seats. It was intense, but
That
it was
is
great.
luxury.
Yeah, it felt very luxurious.
I bet Mike loved it.
Yeah, but we only did it once because we were like in a time crunch, but it was great.
I'm actually going, quote unquote, skiing tomorrow with my brother and Gabe, and I'm gonna try snowshoeing.
I think you're gonna have a great time snowshoeing.
Everyone's like, that's a great workout, and I'm like, yeah, I want to work out, but I just don't want to be terrified. So
That's the only way to do it.
I'm just gonna be soaking in the scenes. I do remember when I went skiing. I think that was the last time I went with you and Mike.
Was it the last time?
Yeah, in Loon, and we went up the gondola, which you're like, oh, no lines, like great. And so I went up and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the absolute top of the mountain. I'm not a good skier. And alone on the greens, I made my way down and fell a couple times. And then the biggest experience during that was when I accidentally almost slid into the black diamond.
Oh yeah. Wasn't I there to help you? I was like, no, we got to go this way.
Well, then you might have been there at first, but then I was alone, literally took off the skis and was crawling on my hands and knees up the hill so that I wouldn't be down that terrifying slope. So I made it, and I went like twice, and then I had an Irish coffee and called it a day. Called both of my parents.
Yeah, gotta know your limits. I remember how that day started, and I was like, uh-oh, because I remember some 7-year-old cut you off when you were holding your skis, and you're like, God, I can't do this, and you threw the skis down.
Yeah, they were like tailing me behind. Like I was just walking with all my stuff, and I was like, I can't even do this. I'm done.
And in my head too, I was like, oh, we'll take the gondola. Like it's not as, intense as the chairlift, because getting off the chairlift can sometimes spook a lot of people. But, I forgot that extra step of like, oh, but we are taking her to the very top of the mountain.
It takes a good, 40 minutes to get down?
No, not if you're
Took
going.
me.
Yeah, like I mean, I think Mike does it in like 7 minutes because he's so
He goes.
fast.
He doesn't even swerve. He goes straight down.
Goes straight down, bombs the whole mountain, and he's already like going back up by the time I'm down there. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, great.
So this time I'm taking it easy, and I'm actually gonna. So it's in Waterville Valley, which was Gabe's like childhood place. So
very nostalgic.
I'm gonna just go into the little town and get a massage and like shop, get a drink.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's perfect.
That's what I'm doing.
Do a little snowshoeing.
Yeah.
Relax.
Maybe I'll cross country ski because I kind of do like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you did that before, right? And you liked it.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna hit up the hot tub. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah, you're gonna have a great time.
But anywho, another thing I've been up to lately is singing the catchy new Miley bop, Flowers.
Give us a taste.
I can buy myself flowers. Ooh, that was a little it's raspy in a good way because she's a raspy one.
She's got a raspy voice.
That's a good catchy song, and I soon after, actually, my husband let me know there was some drama behind it.
Of course, like Gabe had to fill you in, and you had no idea.
Well, actually, he was like, "Oh, watch this video. Like, I think this is reminiscent of when she dated Liam Hemsworth." And I was like, "Oh, why?" And he didn't really know. But then I like dove in, and yeah, she filmed it at the house. Wasn't it like the house where he cheated on her?
Yeah. So allegedly, like the video is shot at this house that Liam had, and he cheated on her with, I guess, what they're saying. Allegedly, the internet sleuth, it was 14 different women.
What?
Yeah. The number is high.
The same time frame, or like
I would think so, or at least he was bringing them into that house
while they were married.
I think it was just like through the duration of their relationship because they were together for a while and then they were married for like a blip. And I guess like, you know, Miley figured out what the situation was and was like, hell no.
Oh God. Yeah. That's gross. And I think she was wearing his tux during one part.
Yeah, that's what like they think. And they also, the internet sleuths are saying like she's maybe alluding to Jennifer Lawrence being one of the people that like Liam hooked up with because they were on Hunger Games together. Because I guess like the gold dress she was wearing is almost like a nod to what J-Law wore on the red carpet for the Hunger Games premiere. So shady all around.
Yeah, and then it was sad because the house they lived in burnt down during the fires, and she's saying about that in the song. And I guess like I don't know if it was like a special thing that they would talk about the Bruno Mars song, and she just did a spin on that.
Yeah, I like that she like mixed around the lyrics of Bruno Mars because I guess that was a song he played for her. I don't know if it was like during their wedding or like he would just always play that song for her. And I like that she, you know, mixed it around and was like, you know what? I don't need you. I'll get my own stuff. Like, screw you.
I thought that was a boss move. I liked that from her. I like her in general. So that was enjoyable. And I've been dancing to it.
And, you know, got to do the astrology take. I'm pretty sure she's a Scorpio moon. And so am I. And it's like, don't mess with us.
Yeah. Don't shit on me or else you'll get it.
Karma's going to come for you and it's going to be bad. So
deal
with it.
That's a true thing. Well, speaking of the Hemsworths, I am going to go right into my crush of the week now.
Go for it.
Dive right in. So Chris Hemsworth is, honestly, he's one of the most attractive men I think I've seen. Like, he's like, you know, the classic handsome. I like him. Like, yes, he gets really buff for... Oh my God, I almost forgot. Thor. I was going to say Troy for Thor.
I mean, kind of almost the same vibe in some ways.
He gets like super buff and that's not my favorite. But when he's more normal, muscular, and his hair, he has great hair. And he's actually a really nice guy, it seems like. So I've been watching his show called Limitless. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't watched it, but I've heard a little bit about it. And I was going to say, like, I'm not a huge Marvel movie fan, but I do like him in Thor. I don't know if it's just Taika Waititi, but like I can get down on the Thor movies.
He's good in Thor. I mean, I'm not a big Marvel person either. But he's great to look at. And he is a good actor. So this show is on, I believe, Disney Plus. It's like a Nat Geo show, and it's very well done. Nice, you know, cinematic. And it's in Australia, where he's from. And he basically, like, the premise is basically he's trying to do all these different types of challenges and tasks so that he can live a longer, healthier life. And it's like all the different episodes is like, you know, a certain workout or climbing a rope or being in extreme cold or And actually, I don't want to give it away too much, but the last episode I thought was actually really cool and interesting because they were at, it was like this whole production where they're in a fake like old person's home and he's pretending like he's old, and then they put his wife in full old person makeup and she came in and he saw her and it was like really emotional.
Did they touch on like his genetic history related to that episode? I don't know if they revealed this in the show or not, about like why they showed her older too.
Oh, I don't know specifically about that, but they did talk about how his grandfather had Alzheimer's.
Yeah, so I guess he found out that he has a genetic predisposition for really severe Alzheimer's and for it to have early onset Alzheimer's. Mm-hmm. So like he's actually talked about how he's supposed to be stepping away from acting and stuff to focus more on his family because he has this predisposition.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, he's doing like literally everything he can to be healthy. So it seems like he's really, you know, a great dad to his kids and he has a great relationship with his wife. So
that's what does it for you.
I'm like, what a good guy. Yeah. So, and he's like well-spoken, has some nice friends on there. I'm like, I'm all about him now.
Woohoo!
And I'm like curious, like I want to know what I'm predisposed to.
I know. The thing is like that genetic testing does exist, but it's really pricey. So it's kind of like rich people have that sort of access to healthcare currently, but it's something like I would like to know too.
Yeah.
But it's like typically, unless you can show a strong family history, maybe you could get it covered by your insurance. But I think most of the time you're going to be paying fully for that kind of test.
Oh.
So that's why it's usually not readily available.
That makes sense. I'm like, why haven't I done this? Oh yeah, it's wicked expensive.
Yeah. So, you know, that's usually the case.
Yeah, but so he's my crush. I think he's great. But who is your crush this week?
My crush this week is the icon, Stephanie Sue. I'm so excited. She finally got recognition for her role in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Finally, I mean, she didn't get a Golden Globes nom, but like she finally got her Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. And you know what? Like she is that movie. Like without her, that movie would not be as good as it is. Like she's almost like a lead actress in my opinion.
She's great.
And I'm just like really happy she's getting the recognition she's getting. And she was recently on Colbert because she had a feature in the New York Times and she was talking about it. And she was talking about like how her friend had just left therapy and she looked on the ground and she just saw her face because her newspaper was just like on the ground. And she was like, and Stephanie said, you know, that's how I really knew I made it. Like if I'm littered on the streets of New York, like I've really hit the level I was trying to reach.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it so much.
If you're just, your face is in the trash.
Yeah, like if your face is the trash, you're everywhere. You're literally everywhere. You're spattered on the floor.
Everywhere all at once.
Yeah, you're everywhere all at once.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, there's some exciting noms coming out.
I know. So now we can dive into these Oscar nominations and talk about some of our predictions.
Yeah, so you can start with some of your faves because you know it a lot better than I do.
Yeah, so I guess we'll go over my predictions. So for Best Actor, my boy Colin Farrell, he has bewitched me body and soul. So I'm really rooting for him for Banshees.
I didn't see that.
You should see it. It's great.
But I'm into him. At this age he's at, this stage in life, he is killing it.
I know, a great sober Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Like he's witty, he's sharp. Mm-hmm. He keeps talking about, I mean, one of my favorite characters in Banshees was Jenny the donkey. And he keeps telling like little stories about how him and Jenny would like hang out on set and like walk around. And I'm like, I am in love with this man.
Yeah, like that's the vibe right there.
So I'm rooting for him for Best Actor.
Okay, that's a good one.
Best Actress, I mean, a lot of mine are going to be Everything Everywhere All at Once. So Best Actress, I'm giving it to Michelle Yeoh. She deserves it.
Yep,
deserving. She should get it. And then just, you know, controversy around Best Actress category. Don't get why Ana de Armas was nominated. I don't think she should be in there for Blonde.
So Blonde was a weird one.
I know, I didn't watch it, but you did, right?
Oh, I watched it.
Yeah, like I couldn't deal with like that fetus imagery. I'm like, I feel like let Marilyn rest in peace. You know, like don't even get involved in that.
I do think she acted very well, but I did not like the movie. So I watched it on a plane and it was just like really sad, really dark and overly like trying to be too artsy. And yeah, it didn't really pay homage to Marilyn. It was just kind of like sexualizing the whole thing.
That's how I feel. I feel like Marilyn is such a character. Well, I don't even want to say character. She is a human being, and she's continually exploited even in her death. Like, let this woman rest. Like, leave her alone.
Yeah, it was like pornographic and just like really, really dark. So I did not think that was a great film, in my opinion.
No bueno. No, thank you.
But I thought she acted very well.
That's good. So,
And I do like her. Like, I think she's beautiful. I think she's a good actress, but
it's blonde wasn't it?
that wasn't it.
It wasn't it.
Unfortunately.
And then best supporting, I'm going with Stephanie. And, you know, I was ready to riot if they didn't give her a nomination. I think so was everyone else. They're like, the Academy is already a joke in like the amount of snubs that happened. But like, if you don't give it to Stephanie, like, then you're even losing even more credit. So
Yeah.
thank God
give
they
it to
did
people who deserve it.
I know. And then best supporting actor, I'm going Ki Hai Kwan for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I'm
sticking strong.
You love it, and I think you're right. Like, that was clearly great.
Yeah. And
who's he up against?
He's up against Barry, who is also in Banshees, and I love Barry. I would kind of like love if he won. And then who is he up against for best supporting actor? Let's take a little look. See.
I did see that Austin Butler was nominated for,
I know.
actor.
I don't know how to feel about that. I don't love Austin Butler, and I hate how they're pretending like, oh, he completely changed his voice and it's permanent now. He's always going to talk like Elvis. Like,
no, he just always speaks like this. Well, I didn't really love the Elvis movie. Did you see it?
I only saw part of it, and like for me, Baz Luhrmann is very hit or miss. Like,
I don't like his movies.
I was gonna say I don't think that's really your style because he's always just like
with the modern rap during like an Elvis movie. I'm like, you know what? It doesn't do it for me.
No,
but so I did not see Austin Butler with this date at the Golden Globes, but it wasn't he with
Kaya Gerber.
Oh wait, now he's with her, but he used to be with Vanessa Hudgens.
He was with Vanessa Hudgens for 10 years.
Yeah.
And she's the one that said, like, you know what? I think you'd be a great fit for Elvis. Like, she kind of forecasted him playing Elvis.
I saw an interview where she was talking about that.
He's kind of being dragged because in a recent interview, he was like, you know, my friend at the time said I should play Elvis. And everyone was like, we know you're talking about Vanessa Hudgens. Like, you dated her for 10 years. Like, you can say her name.
Yeah.
And now, you know, he's pushing to get this Oscar. So he doesn't want to be getting any flack from anyone, so he's like, oh, my partner at the time. And it's like, you can say your partner, Vanessa,
especially if you're together a decade.
Like you were together for so long
and everyone knows you dated,
and she like fully supported his career. Like, he lived with her, and now he's with Kaya Gerber, who I don't know,
is that new? Like, I just saw them together at the show.
They've been together for like a little while, but I don't know like how fairly new.
How old is he? Because she's pretty young.
I think they have like a 10-year age difference.
Yeah.
And the most iconic photo is that there is a photo of like Kaya Gerber looking like a fresh fetus. She's maybe like 8 years old, meeting like an adult Vanessa Hudgens at the High School Musical premiere.
Oh no.
So it's literally his ex-adult girlfriend like shaking the child hand of his current girlfriend.
Oh, so that's like a big age difference.
I don't know if it's like that big. I think it's maybe like 10 years. And like, we never say anything correct on this podcast, by the way. Like,
nothing is fact checked.
Nothing is fact checked. We're just going based off memory. So like, this could be very wrong.
Very blurry memory.
Yeah. So there is an age gap there. I don't know how severe it is. Like, she's an adult, so I feel okay about it. But
she's legal.
It's weird to see your ex-girlfriend shaking your new girlfriend's like hand as a child.
A newborn, little model to be.
Yeah, like that's not good imagery. And literally like Cindy Crawford's there too. Like, meet my kid, Vanessa.
Oh wow.
It's a lot.
So anywho, who else is on your list? Is that it?
So no, there's more. And then for best animated feature film, we were both excited because Marcel got nominated.
We have talked about how much we love Jenny Slate, and I loved the movie Marcel the Shell, and that was so exciting because Jenny was posting that she was like sobbing and she was so happy.
And I'm gonna crush your dreams right now though, because like yeah, it's great, but like Jenny's name isn't on the nom.
Oh, it's not?
No. And people were speculating that like maybe she didn't join the Producers Guild because like when you win for the film, it just goes to the producers. But like they got to rectify that because Jenny is Marcel. Like not only is she the voice, but like she helped co-create it with her ex-husband. Like she is Marcel the Shell. Like they better make a little award to give to her or something or I'm going to riot.
She'll definitely like go up on the stage if they win.
Yeah, but they're in a tough category. Like I feel like it'll probably go to Pinocchio or Puss in Boots.
Oh, Puss in Boots. I didn't see that.
Puss in Boots is killing it. I haven't seen it either, but it like crushed Avatar. Poor Avatar's getting crushed.
Really? And by the way, I still have not seen Avatar.
I was just about to say, what's the Avatar report? Have we seen it?
And Gabe was going to see it when I was away for The Bachelorette, and then he didn't see it and just saw Megan instead and liked that.
Which I'm so jealous. I still need to see Megan. I might just watch it on Prime because it's on Prime now, early release. I might just watch it on that.
Yeah. I want to see, you were saying you just watched this and I haven't seen the recent SNL episode where Aubrey Plaza plays Megan in a skit.
She plays Megan and it's great. And then, oh my God, even like Drew Barrymore dressed up as Megan this week and she looked absolutely psychotic. She had contacts in.
On her show?
And you know Allison Williams from Girls, Marnie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's in Megan and she's like one of the producers. So she was like, Drew, if you're really good at Megan, show me how you walk on all fours. And Drew like galloped on all fours around her.
I'm obsessed with Drew Barrymore.
So yeah, I need to start watching her show. I actually looked it up today because I was like, yo, I work from home. Like, what time does this thing come on? I thought it was like an afternoon show and it comes on at 9:30. I'm like, okay, like maybe I can squeeze in 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m. during the week.
Record it.
Record it. I just watch like TikTok clips of it.
Me too, but I'm like, you know what? These are all great. Like, it's time I become a true fan and just start watching the full eps.
She's just authentic and, you know, she tells it like it is.
Well, I feel like she's been through all of it.
She's
like,
been through
there's literally always something she can relate to with one of her guests because she's just been through so much shit in her life.
Did you see when Machine Gun Kelly was on and she was painting his nails and talking about rehab and like it was like one of the most precious conversations I've ever seen.
I loved that too because I loved that he felt comfortable enough when he went on. He was like, you know what? Like, I'm kind of not feeling it today, but I'm going to do my best. And she was like, that's totally fine. Like, don't feel like you need to do anything while you're on this show. Like, we can just hang out and I guess paint your nails. Like, don't worry about it.
I like that he said that too. He's like, to be honest, like I'm off today.
I know, that's great. Like, I love that he felt comfortable enough to do it.
Yeah. Him and Megan Fox I like them together.
Yeah.
They're funny.
One more piece about the Oscars. I'm pissed about all the snubs because Nope didn't get any nominations.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Like, the Academy notoriously will not pick any horror features. Like, everyone thought our queen, Toni Collette, was going to get a nomination for Hereditary. And when they didn't give her that, everyone's like, there's no hope.
Oh, Toni Collette.
So, yeah, love Toni Collette. But we're beefing with the Oscars.
Muriel's Wedding for me was top.
I love anything she does.
She's great.
Weird Take, love in her shoes. Great movie.
Oh, I need to watch. I haven't seen that.
So good.
But Nope. Oh my God, that was so good. And God knows we love Keke Palmer. That's
the thing. Like, Keke deserved a nom. Nope overall deserved a nom. Yeah. They ignored Pearl completely. Like, Mia Goth got no love.
That's lame.
It sucks because like that's what people expect. They're like, oh, it's a horror movie. We already know it's gonna be overlooked.
Woof. I mean, I'm not even a huge horror fan, but those were clearly good. So
I know it's just mad annoying, but you know. The Oscars stays shady and messing everything up. And I'm really excited for the fashion of the Oscars, I gotta say.
Fashion. Well, I was kind of disappointed in myself because I didn't really like pay attention to the Golden Globes fashion. And I forgot to talk about how fiery hot Selma Hayek looked because she's just my all-time girl crush. And I thought she looked very good with her breastises popping out.
Yeah. And I feel like she probably has the most amazing closet to pull from because her billionaire husband literally owns like every luxury fashion house.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's some fashion house conglomerate and it's like Louis Vuitton and I forget the other ones that are under him, but yeah, he owns like all of those.
Well, that's very convenient for her. I do also love, I've just been like, I mean, she's done this for a while, but recently I saw another Instagram like carousel that she posted of her like making friends with a raccoon. I forgot where she was, but I just love her relationship with animals. She has an owl.
I'm so jealous of her pet owl. Like, I don't think it's responsible for any individual to own an owl, but I'm like, Selma, I feel like she's taking good care of it.
Yeah, like you can tell she's a true animal lover and she's just an eccentric person. She loves
I still
her
remember
owl.
That time she was on like a charity trip and didn't she like whip out her tit to breastfeed some child?
I hope so. I would watch that.
I feel like that happened.
She's just a human. She's mammalian.
Well, I don't know. Like, it must have been around the time she had her daughter, because it's not like she's just lactate. She can just be like, okay.
Yeah, she must have just like given birth.
I mean, I forget the scenario, but I definitely remember that happening and being like, well, all right. Like, okay, wet nurse, Selma Hayek, here to help you.
Oh, man. But yeah, fashion is upcoming. There's been a lot of fashion I've seen lately.
I know. There was recently a little ad campaign you were really feeling.
Okay, so I have talked about how I've purchased Kim Kardashian Skims. So I follow her little, sometimes she tries to do like a fun infomercial, like 90s style. And like, she, you know, if I got offered a job to do something on her marketing team, I'd probably accept it.
I like how you say probably, like you wouldn't call everyone you've ever met in your entire life and been like, I'm working for Skims.
Creative director at Skims.
Is this you manifesting it right now?
Oh my God. Yeah, so it's fun. So I loved that the two ladies from White Lotus, Lucia and Mia, and they're best friends in real life, I just realized.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're posing for the Valentine's Skims campaign, which they looked fabulous. And yeah, it's super cute. I loved it.
Yeah, I love that they're best friends and like the whole campaign is kind of surrounding that. But I love how Kim is also kind of like always so 2000 and late. Like, I feel like she probably just started watching White Lotus and she's we should get these people, even though it had ended like months ago.
Someone told her like, this is the talk of the town. This would be a good idea. You should watch it, Kim.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, I like this. Oh, everyone's been talking about this.
Kim's too busy having North force her into her little TikTok dances, which I actually love to watch those. It's funny because Kim admits she can't dance and she does it anyway.
Well, I mean, Prince told her to her face. He said, get off my stage. You can't dance.
Oof.
Which, love you, Prince. R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But sometimes you just got to put people in their place. And if Prince calls you on stage, I'm sorry, Kim, you got to dance. You can't just stand there and phone it in. It's Prince.
It's Prince. Like
it's Prince.
I love nothing more than Maya Rudolph like singing and dancing to Prince. She has a band.
She has a Prince cover band called Princess. I would die if I saw them. They would always play in New York, but like for some reason I never got the date straight, or I would find out about it after.
We need to go on our birthday.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Jess and my birthday is 2 days apart, so it's our collective birthday.
So we're going to manifest that Maya Rudolph will be playing a Princess show.
I love her so much. I feel like she's my soulmate, so gotta see her sing Prince.
She's the new spokesperson for M&M, so...
She is.
Yep.
Okay. You go, Maya.
Good luck to you, girl. Can't be an easy gig.
Yeah.
A lot of other weird fashion news, though, this week. There was the infamous Schiaparelli show, Paris Fashion Week. What are your thoughts?
I had never seen any of Schiaparelli's work before. And then I see Kylie marching in with a big lion on her, and I was like, please God, tell me that's not real. And luckily it wasn't. But and so that was a little alarming, but I get they're trying to make a statement, you know. And then Doja Cat, like next level, just covered in the red diamond, or was it gems? I don't know.
It was individual like gemstones essentially.
Yeah, she just like I love that she just doesn't hold back, and she doesn't really care how she appears, but it looks cool because she just owns it.
I love Schiaparelli. They always do like sort of surreal things, or lately they have been under their current creative director, who I also love, Daniel Rosenberry. He is just so perfect.
Jess knows everything.
No,
she knows everyone's full name.
I just really love Schiaparelli. Like, they've been doing a lot of anatomy based things, and like that's my shit. They're known for like
just like science, you guys.
Their shoes that have like anatomical like gold toes sticking out, and they'll have like this face purse, which is just like weird eyes and a nose and lips on the purse.
That's
metal.
Cool. I
like that stuff. I didn't love these animal pieces, but I thought like the inspo behind it was kind of interesting because it was based off Dante's Inferno and like the beast that Dante like comes across while he's, you know, going through hell, purgatory.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so that was really interesting. But like I said, I thought the artistry of the animal heads was great, but I didn't like love the piece overall. The animal pieces anyway. There was one dress I really liked that just looked like a bunch of shells. That one was really cool.
Another thing, I don't know how the hell we can make this happen, but I would love if in some universe that we could attend Fashion Week.
It'll happen.
I think it could happen.
Mm-hmm.
What would you wear?
I mean, you can get into some fashion week shows, like New York ones, like you obviously can't get into like the bigger ones unless you have some sort of pull, but
Paris.
you can go into like, well, even Paris, like you could probably get into like the smaller designer shows.
I'd go to any. I'd go to New York.
Yeah, New York's convenient. It is close.
So let's figure that out.
Maybe you can try to start Boston Fashion Week and it'll be everyone in Patriots jerseys and fucking cutoffs.
Boston Fashion Week would be like the frumpiest shit.
It's so whack. Like I'll dress up to go to work and I'm like, why even bother? Everyone here wears the same stupid jeans and white sneakers. I'm like, can anyone have like a little flavor in their outfit today? Like, can we try?
I know. And like, I've lived here forever and I love it, but just comparing the people watching in like a New York City subway to Boston, it's just so dull. And I remember after my honeymoon, I came back from Paris where everyone looked fabulous. And I was like, oh, I can dress up more than usual. Like, I mean, I dress up anyway, but I came to like just a bar in Haverhill, actually. Stacks. Love it. Shout out to Stack. It's got the smash burger. And then everyone's like in their big old gray sweatshirt.
Yep. That's the vibe.
Oh.
That's the thing I miss about New York too, is like you feel like you wear whatever you want and no one will look at you twice. Whereas here, like if you wear what you want to wear, you're going to get some weird person staring at you and like just the vibes will be off.
Yeah. But I was glad in Provincetown, Mass, where I had my batch, so I could wear, I had a sequin white leotard, metallic go-go boots, a pink wig, and a cowboy hat that lit up, and no one even batted an eye.
Well, yeah, that's because that's the place where we can dress how we want to.
I felt like myself, but I shouldn't talk because right now my outfit, I'm talking about fashion. I'm in the coziest thing I could possibly wear.
That is an elevated, comfortable look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think it looks great and it looks really cozy and I'm actually jealous. You look very soft.
I've been into neutrals.
I like beige.
Beige. Yep. I rocked a lot of beige in the Berkshires.
Well, speaking of our girl Doja at Schiaparelli, that does tie into my Hess Express because I'm feeling really passionate about some criticisms people had for her.
Yeah.
They said, oh, love the look, but she needs lashes.
That's so weird.
Bitch, this was a Schiaparelli Pat McGrath collaboration. If Pat McGrath, the queen of makeup, doesn't think she needs lashes, guess what? She doesn't need them.
Yeah, that's her call.
Yeah.
She didn't need them.
So how dare you? How dare you come in here and say, oh, she needs lashes to complete this? You don't even know what you're talking about.
Who even said that?
Like the internet. The internet loser.
They don't know shit.
Yeah.
She had enough going on.
I know. And in my head, I'm like, oh, if this is Dante inspired, is Doja supposed to be the devil? But like,
I mean, yeah, probably.
She did kind of look like him from Powerpuff Girls, but he's also an iconic figure. So like, hell yes. I'm all for it.
I love Bubbles. Or no, Blossom. Who's the green one?
Blossom.
Blossom's my girl.
Yeah, Blossom.
Yeah. But you loved when she actually retaliated and wore the eyelashes.
Loved that. So then, yeah. So after she got shit for the lashes, then when she went to the Victor and Rolf show, she wore a little fake mustache and a little fake soul patch made out of false lashes. And that is why I love Doja Cat.
That was incredible.
Yeah. Because she's like, you guys don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You want a lash? I'll give you a lash. I'm going to be wearing a wispy little mustache. Kiss my ass.
Kiss my ass.
To quote Tyra, kiss my fat ass.
That's my go-to phrase, really.
Tyra! When will she be held accountable for her crimes?
Does she still have a show?
No, but she's always popping out. I mean, speaking of Skims, she was in a Skims campaign with all the other older ex-angels.
I did like that.
Well, yeah, that one was iconic. Mm-hmm. Not saying White Lotus wasn't, but like that was...
They looked damn
That
good.
was good marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And then what was your Hess Express? What were you feeling passionate about? Or I guess...
Well, I was just really intrigued, like, before we met today, thinking about, God, Jess knows so much and she's just, like, has a passion for celebs and pop culture. And ever since I've known you, you've known literally every single thing. So I just wanted to hear kind of, like, the origin story of Why are you into this? When did it start for
I
you?
love how like your thing you're feeling passionate about is like, oh, let's analyze Jess.
Yeah. Yes.
Here to be observed and analyzed.
I'm very interested.
But obviously my pop culture obsession is genetic. It's very genetic.
Barb.
My cousin and I have the same sickness.
Oh,
Her
yeah.
and I are on the same level of like ridiculous knowledge that our brains contain.
She needs to be a guest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Katie, we're going to get you.
Need her here. But yeah, it's genetic. My mom notoriously, like, you know, back when you could only get this sort of information through magazines, was a big, you know, Star Magazine fan. She would tell people at the grocery when she was buying it, oh, I need to buy this so my dead grandma can read it through me, because her grandma, big into celeb culture, needed to know the ins and outs.
So it's like a family thing. It's like genetic.
No, I'm saying it's genetic. It's hereditary.
That makes so much sense.
And plus, like, I don't know if it's like a tri-state area thing, but a lot of times when my family gets together too, like, we talk about like current events and like things that are going on. So you got to know what's going on so you can be part of the conversation.
So you prepare and like you're always on,
it's not like
on
you're
your
like
game.
prepare, but it's like, you know, you're keeping up with what's going on, what's in the news.
Yep.
You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's nice that, because, you know, some families only talk about like, oh, I read this New York Times article. And it's so much more interesting to be like, yeah, I read People magazine. And
I mean, I do also read the Times.
no, I know you do. You do both. Okay. But for this podcast, we're only sticking to that content.
Well, because I know you didn't read it.
Today?
Well, I mean, like, if I were to reference an article, what's the likelihood that you would?
Oh, God.
There we go.
No, I got the app, honey. I've been checking it here and there.
App, honey.
My parents are like, Meg, you should just have the CNN app on your phone so that whenever you get all the notifications and know what's going on.
Well, don't you get like the Apple News alerts? Like, do you have that on your phone?
No.
Like, you don't even ask for those, and I feel like I get them. Like, I
Actually, no, I do get those. Yeah.
It's only for like really big things. It'll be like blah 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 won the presidential election. Like, that'll be a push from them.
That's a big one.
Yeah, like things that you would already know.
And I get like, there's an Amber Alert near you.
That's not a news alert, girl.
Womp, womp.
Of course, there's a silver alert near me.
Oh God. Okay,
so I love that the only notifications you're getting are Amber Alerts. That's great to know.
That's my news. The local tragedies.
Local missing children of the state.
Oh boy, that's not even funny. Well, another more upbeat and probably vibrant has to express for me. So Beyonce's Dubai performance. I had no clue this was happening until you sent me clips.
And I was like quickly sending them because I thought they'd be scraped off the internet. I was like, here, look.
Yes.
Because the show was no phone. So like when I saw clips, I'm like, gotta send them. Peep these.
What was this for? What was this for?
It was for the opening of a hotel in Dubai.
Okay.
She was like the big opening performance.
Well, that was a big old performance. And
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen her live twice. But it was nothing. I mean, obviously Dubai does everything big.
Well, if there's one thing Dubai has, it's the budget.
Yeah, they got budget.
They got money. They got budget. So she had fireworks. And I guess she had just had a foot surgery recently. So she really wasn't dancing so much. But the dancers they had looked great.
Blue Ivy was dancing.
Yeah, Blue Ivy and her sang together, which was great.
Blue Ivy, I can already tell she's going to be, I think she would probably be famous and a performer just like her parents. Like
she's like already famous.
I mean, she's famous, but like as her own act, like I could see that.
Maybe her and North will link up for a power group.
Wow, that would be something.
You also have an obsession with child performers, so I can see the wheels turning in your head. You're like, yes, yes.
Get all the Nepo babies together.
Yeah, let memes choreograph them. That's her dream.
Yep. All I want to be is little child dance choreographer.
Well, you know, I saw, the Dance Mom studio, Abby Lee. She just put that studio up for sale. Maybe this is your chance.
Oh, where is that located?
I have no friggin' clue. I want to say like Maryland, but that feels wrong.
Yeah, I'll just move to Maryland and purchase that.
I mean, you could easily start a dance studio up here. There are other warehouse spaces available. You don't have to go
I'll
to
just
Maryland.
have people come to my basement.
That works. Just add a bar down here and a mirror.
Just put a mirror and bar, and then that's it. I already have the floor.
Yeah, teach
good.
me.
You can be my first student.
Teach me, girl.
I could go for a dance class soon, so I gotta find some walk-ins.
Yeah, we should. I'm trying to think. I feel like I saw a dance studio not that far from here, but you kept saying you could only find children's dance classes.
I need an intermediate. Okay.
I need an intermediate, honey. Should talk
Honey.
about your iconic dance performance when you and Sam used to take dance.
Oh, when we performed?
Yeah.
So when I lived in New York with the lovely Sam, who was a guest on our podcast a couple weeks ago, we both lived there and we loved to dance. We took tap when we were younger and jazz and stuff. And so she had joined a dance group, which I think is great. And so I ended up joining it. And it's cool because like a lot of dance classes you take is just like you just have the classes and that's it. There's not a performance. But this was leading up to a big performance. And it was at the Frank Sinatra, what's it called? Performing Arts Center in Queens. And so we went and we had a performance. That was the last time I was like performing on stage.
And what song did you perform to?
We had a few numbers. We did one dance to Trombone Shorty, which I loved, and it was like a musical theater dance. We dressed like detectives. We had trench coats and fedoras and jumped around. It was like an exhausting dance.
Yeah,
it was like
I remember
lot of
the trench
jumping.
coats.
Yep, and then we did tap. Oh, I forgot what song we tapped to. It was a fast-paced, like modern song, but I do not remember what it was.
I'm waiting for it to click,
wait.
and then when this ends, she's gonna be nonstop tapping.
Oh, got to start tapping around the house. It might have been Macklemore. I don't know.
Oh my God, there's a video of this. We need to find it. Was it Macklemore?
I think the finale number was to Macklemore.
Was it Thrift Shop?
Yeah, we did like Thrift Shop as the finale. So the teacher, she's not going to listen to this. She was kind of wacky and she would pick some interesting song choices.
To be fair, that's what I would want though. Like if I'm going to a dance class, I want a kooky little dance instructor.
Well, she was bitter because she had auditioned to be a Celtics dancer and she did not get picked.
Can't be easy getting into
She
that
was
stuff.
pissed, but good for her that she started this dance group for people that, you know, are like to dance but aren't professional dancers.
She said, "Screw the Celtics. I'm going rogue."
Yeah. But Sam would always laugh because like so many numbers, like the slow lyrical numbers were all to different Tracy Chapman songs.
I love Tracy Chapman though.
Which I do love. Like
so was
Fast
it like
Car.
Fast Car? Yeah.
But
Was it like Revolution?
Yeah. It
Talk
was
about a revolution.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had Gabe's niece is really into dance, so I saw her last recital. So it's fun to go to recitals.
Can you talk about the iconic time about the dinner you decided to get right before dance class?
Oh my God. I'm so glad Jess remembers my memories for me because like things just, it's great to know that I did that. Yeah. So in
Set
New
the
York,
scene, yeah.
Yeah. So after a work day, I worked in Midtown and the dance class was at this studio. I think it was at a gym around that area. So I didn't want to go all the way back home to Brooklyn and like, cause it was like, I had to wait a few hours for the class. So I was like, what should I do? I'll get there early and stuff, but maybe I'll eat something before. So there was like this random, I think it was an Asian restaurant. And I walked in hours early before the class and was like, you know what? I might just like, what should I eat? I don't want something too heavy, but I want something like good. I was like, okay, I love lobster. I'm a New England girl, like, you know, fresh lobster off the coast. But I was in New York City, which I wasn't thinking. So, and in a Chinese restaurant also. So I ended up ordering lobster for a super early dinner.
I want something light. I'll get the entire lobster dinner.
Well, and then it came out like the full lobster with like the eyes and like.
Yeah, what did you think it was going to be?
And then I broke into it and it didn't taste good. Like I was like, oh, this is not like home. Like, ugh. So I didn't even eat it.
Yeah, and I feel like if I'm doing something where I'm going to move my body, seafood's not going to be my first choice. Like I'm not going to load up on seafood and then go to a class where I have to move the entire time.
So I had like one bite of the bad lobster and didn't eat it and it was a waste of money. And then I was like, well, that was weird. And then I just like went to the gym early and saw some nude older women in the locker room.
Well, you're probably not supposed to be looking at them that much.
They were strutting around. So
Oh yeah, the older you get, the less you give a shit in the gym. If they're old, they're just letting it all hang out. They don't care.
Oh yeah, didn't care at all.
No, they're my inspiration because they have zero fucks to give.
Yeah,
They're like, this is me. I'm out here.
I'm a little jealous of that because I still like go and change behind a closed curtain or something. Like I don't change in public.
Me too. I got that body dysmorphia.
Never nude.
I'm a never nude for sure.
Oh my God.
But you live, you learn. These old ladies are my inspo.
I'm proud of them. So yeah, a lot of things happening. So a bit of news that I was surprised and happy to see. Just want to celebrate right now. Paris Hilton has had a baby.
Yeah.
A baby.
Hope she names him Sana-san.
Sana-san. Or what else would she name her baby?
That's it.
Slivington.
Slivington Jr. Love that.
Slivington
Loves it.
the third.
That's hot.
That's hot.
I hope she names him Kathy Jr.
What if this whole podcast I talked in Paris?
You sound like
voice?
Kim. Yeah, get deep in the vocal fry. I love when Paris falls out of her baby voice. That's my favorite.
She's like, actually, no. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, there's like an iconic paparazzi video where she's talking to someone. She's like, yeah, can you just shut the door? And then she sees the paparazzi and she's like, hi, guys. Oh, hi.
I love that. Yeah, she actually has like a normal voice, but
yeah, the vocal switch up kills me because it's all an act. I'm like, oh, okay. If you talk in a baby voice, I'm sure people treat you nicer because you're like, I'm just a sweet and innocent little baby. I can't do anything wrong. I'm just a little baby named Paris Hilton.
And didn't she get that from Kathy, obviously, her mom?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I saw an episode of, obviously I watched all of Paris's show on Peacock.
Which sometimes is a rough watch because I'm like, yo, Kathy sent you to that school and you got deeply traumatized. And like, you could tell Paris is still fucking terrified of her mom too.
That was a lot because you could tell Kathy was like kind of in denial and didn't want to talk about it for a while.
Well, yeah, because she probably feels bad now that she knows what happens. And
yeah, it was traumatizing.
But she doesn't seem like the type to actually own up to it and apologize. She'll just act like she didn't do it.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't Paris now have, what is it, a memoir that's out?
I don't think she has a book.
Something just came out, either a documentary or a memoir.
Well, yeah, she did a documentary talking about like the outdoor school she was sent to.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. So it's probably something
Provo
else.
and like the abuse she faced there.
I watched that, of course.
I don't think I did.
Oh my God. Yeah, I watched the whole thing.
But I think Simple Life is on Netflix now, so I'm probably going to rewatch.
Let's just binge that.
And yeah, we have to. That should be a whole nother thing. We should just talk about which Simple Life episode we watched each time.
I want, what was it called? Newlyweds with Jessica
I know.
and Nick.
I haven't seen that, and that was iconic too. But he's so mean to her on that show.
Because, yeah, he couldn't deal with her spoiledness.
I'm obsessed with, I don't know if you get these TikToks on your For You page, but it's like of Jessica Simpson singing back in the day, and they're all
I
rough.
sure do.
Do you get the ones with her singing with Jewel?
No, I saw her and her sister Ashley belting it out, and it was real bad.
I think it was Take My Breath Away or Little Drummer Boy.
Yes, it was Little Drummer Boy.
And everyone was saying like, yo, is Ashley was her mic cut? Like it doesn't, I don't think they even let her sing.
Oh wait, I might have seen the Jewel one now that I'm thinking about it.
The Jewel one's really rough. I don't know.
That should be our audio.
Someone needed to wrangle Jessica in. She's like, on Orleans Avenue. And Jewel is playing guitar next to her and like trying not to look crazy. Like, what is
Orleans
this?
Avenue.
Yeah. Like she's just moving her mouth and like, it's,
yeah, her mouth.
It looks and sounds crazy, but I feel like I watched that in real time and I was like, ooh, yeah. Interesting take.
I probably watched it live and was like, oh, she's like riffing. Okay.
Oh, yeah, she's doing it.
But she's just like real pitchy.
Yeah. I still feel bad for what happened to Ashley because I did really like that album and I loved her reality show. It was great.
I watched. Yeah. Oh, yeah. With, what's his name? Evan
Ryan
Ross?
Cabrera.
Oh, that
one.
one.
I'm talking about the one back in the day, not her new one.
I watched the new one.
Oh, I watched that one too.
Ryan Cabrera. Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Yeah, they had like the like comb over side bang going on. Yeah.
I mean, as was the Times.
Yes, of course. I had that for
be in the
years on MySpace. That was
I like how that was like a hot topic recently where our friend was like, so guys, are we doing side bangs or are we going down the middle?
Our millennial group chat was like, she was at the hairdresser. Should I get a side part? Like, is that normal? We were like, yeah, Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not? Do the side part.
No, I thought you were advocating against it.
Well, I said
You're like, I'm a middle girl now.
Well, me personally, I usually have a middle part, and my dad hates it. My dad loves the side part for some reason.
Didn't know this.
But if it's like Christmas Eve, maybe I'll put a side part on my.
Yeah, you zhuzh it up for dad. You're like, here's your side part, father.
Yeah,
Here you
it's
go.
a thing. It's
Can't leave you hanging.
Your middle part.
Yeah. I mean, because I try to like zhuzh it up here. So it's not like as
Like
intense.
tease it.
Yeah, well, I notoriously get glue stick head. My hair is so flat. It always looks like I'm whipping a glue stick out of my back pocket and then sealing my hair down.
Just shellacking it right down to
it
your
looks like
skull.
I'm shellacking it down, but that's natural, baby. That's my human body.
Well, that my hair's greasy now, right now.
I can't even tell. You're lucky because your hair's darker. Like, it just looks like it's a nice, healthy,
It's just shiny.
healthy mane.
And I just got it trimmed, but it still seems pretty long. So I was looking in the mirror and was like, I actually just got a haircut, huh?
I actually need one. We should just go together, hold hands, as we do.
Shout out, Interlock.
Yeah, we get our haircut at the same place.
Newburyport.
Got to stare outside at the water.
Yes. So any closing thoughts for you? Any advice?
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Thank you so much for listening to all this valuable content.
Well, yeah, like I said, I'm excited about the Oscars coming up. We'll see what other pop culture hijinks go down.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sick, so
We'll do a recap.
I'm tuned in, baby.
We'll be watching. We should watch together.
Yeah, we should.
When is it?
What the frick are we doing? I don't know, February. You're probably going to be away.
Well,
I don't know. We'll see.
we can FaceTime if I'm away.
Yeah, I want to FaceTime you from a bar in Mexico. Look at the Oscars.
Well, I'll be watching Riri in Mexico. That's for damn sure. The halftime show. So,
Gotta see it.
yeah. Well, thanks for stopping by yet again. And we'll be back with some hot takes next time.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.